It was your typical suburban landscape, a vast and bleak terrain,
Oh my God.
pockmarked by large maple roots and some other censored issues. The client kept her distance as we devised a solution.
Let's do it.
And with a little luck and skill, I think we did A-OK.
Wow. It looks great.
By the foot, by the yard, we're coming to you. Yeah, we're making it all right. Dirty hands, dirty plans, dirty business.
I'm on my way to meet Mary. She's a new client, and she's in an established neighborhood. They're also on a corner lot, which should make for some interesting design challenges. Hi, Mary, how are you?
Oh, hi. Must be Joel?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
This is a great site. It looks really good.
Well, thank you. We love it.
Big, though.
What I like about our lot is the size. It has different access points to the house. What I don't like about it is there is traffic cutting across the lawn sometimes.
That could give us a nice opportunity to use hedging or something.
Yes.
Might be a possibility.
It's just a blank slate, basically. There's really nothing of interest.
I noticed you're kind of looking at these trees. Is that something you think you might be?
Well, you know, we love the trees.
Okay. The maples. Love them, but boy, are they a problem to plant around. The roots absorb so much moisture. They take over where the plants that we're introducing, we want to thrive and do well. Well, the maples cause a little trouble.
Corner? Check. Trees? Check. What's next?
We really don't like the front walkway.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's good. We're on the same page there. So we're going to keep the trees.
Yep.
Look at a new walkway.
Yes.
This could stay or could go.
Yep.
And just something to sort of cut down a little bit of traffic that you've had across the property.
Yes.
And then I would say, you know, definitely from a design standpoint as well, something that sort of just binds the area together.
Yes, that sounds fabulous.
Excellent. It's corner lot, so that's definitely an issue. As opposed to a regular client would maybe have to address maybe 1/5 of this space.
The weather may be beautiful now, but it's not going to stay that way for long. It's late fall. Gotta get our asses in gear.
Wow, big maples, Joel.
Measuring it up is the best kickoff to a design that makes sense.
We're gonna be adding a lot of curb appeal because there's a lot of curb here.
Let's do it.
These maples are big.
Yeah, so they're gonna be tough to work
I
around.
think so. We're gonna have to cut some of the roots out, so that might be detrimental to the tree, but we won't tell anybody.
We would never cut the roots of a
No.
maple. Bad, bad.
Oh my God, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's
But-
not working out too well. Yeah, it's funny, and there's no tie-in between the concrete and these man-made pivots. It's like they use this sort of like a banding. It doesn't really make much sense at all. So I think that'll be going. The boxwood looks great. That's a nice foundation. That's a great way to save the client some money.
Maybe it'd be nice to put a little sitting area out here. Whether they would use it or not, I don't know. Got it, Joel. Got it.
I guess they're not hiring us to do the back.
I think they should. Part 4.
Well, at least we can go golfing. So this is Mary's house, and what we're wrestling with here is 2 massive maples, another one over here, corner lot, driveway at the side, and the front door is bunched up over on this side.
Driveway in front and over here is the...
Wow.
Their backyard's actually over here.
So what does Mary want?
We talked about mixing it up and having sort of, they have a straightforward walkway, so we want to break that up. That's one major thing. And then the other thing is this is not a big issue for them, but they do have people that will sort of cut across, so they want to keep that down a bit.
Those classic properties where you drive up and you don't know where the driveway is or you don't know where the front door is.
That's a good point, actually, James, because people, I guess, might park in the driveway and want to come around to the front door. So it'd be nice to give them a link around here. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah.
How do the grades work out from here then? Is this the same height as the sidewalk here?
No. I mean, this is a big home, but the distance from the front door to the sidewalk isn't that great. So I think we want to give them a little bit more interesting journey. Right now, they spill out and go straight down to the sidewalk. And
Well, and a possible sitting area. They have just finished a pretty significant reno.
Oh, great. Is there any money left?
I don't know.
What I do know is that we've got to maximize time, space, and value.
Needs curb appeal.
Curb appeal.
I just hope Mary won't kick our concept to the curb.
So this is the existing sidewalk.
Yeah.
And what we have now is a nice wide entranceway. You can go left or you can go right and walk all the way around and come back again into this beautiful oasis kind of landing space.
Oh my goodness.
These hedges are rows of plant material. I think that's going to help address that problem you mentioned of people sort of cutting across your space.
Right. The maple trees, are they still here?
Of course.
Wonderful.
And then I think the next time we're sitting here, we'll be on some nice lounge chairs on a nice little patio.
Well, sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what the final product's going to be.
Gentlemen, start your hammers.
I don't really see any problems except when we start digging. You never know what you're going to hit.
We gotta strip this place back to get a good look at what we're working with. Uh-oh, Lauren.
That's not level.
It's not.
That's not level.
That
at
is
all.
not level.
A sidewalk takes a surprising amount of concrete. It's a big tear out and really loud. We're recycling whatever we can. Replacing it with new stuff, modern stone, to give this place the lift it needs.
We're looking for a little bit of natural flagstone.
Okay, this is a Pennsylvania here.
Well, we've used this before. This is great. And one thing I think we've noticed with clients are just like little things like this spalding. It can flake when water gets under and it freezes and pops a little. Sometimes with the clients we're dealing with, they find it messy and they can't handle that. We really like to use that nice thick coping stone, and I don't know if that's harder to find in this stone.
In the Pennsylvania, yes, we only have like the 2-inch material.
Right.
Coping should be at least 3 inches.
Yeah.
You know, under 2 gets a little weak.
This would be a good alternative, but what else do we have? These are the ones we like.
So classy.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is what we refer to as the bevel top.
Yeah.
And these are already sealed, which I personally don't like sealing stone when it's for outside.
I think it's a pretty heavy chemical too. I don't think it's good for the environment to seal it, and it's natural stone. Why wouldn't you just let it be?
It's also a maintenance thing. Once you start staining it or coating it, you're gonna have to do that every year, don't you?
That's right. If you really like that wet look, just put some water on it.
We'll take the Owen Sound Pebble Top Dry Laid. Hold the sealant.
We need that nice, thick, sexy coping.
I will show
You have it.
Oh, you have it.
Right here.
Here it is. This is the Owen Sound coping.
Traditionally, you face a
Yes.
coping, which overhangs a wall about, you know, an inch, say.
This is the stuff.
We got Mary's flagstone and coping to match.
It's a great idea.
But James still needs sorting out.
You got a concrete shoe section here, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I gotta get a pair.
Way down at the back.
We'll
Don't
talk.
go there.
Turn the camera off.
Oh, turn that off.
Those are wicked.
I know.
I was kidding around back then. I didn't know they'd had these.
Yeah, perfect.
Tino's rocks, but it's no easy install. Masons have to chisel each machined edge to give it a been there forever look. It looks hard.
That's how you do it.
It is hard.
Ow, I think I broke a nail.
Let's check it out.
Look at the size of those stones, Joel.
Wow.
Those are beautiful cascade risers.
You know what? They're hard to find that size.
And what are the 2 words that are really important?
Good times.
Curb appeal.
Curb appeal. Yeah, I love it. Uh-oh, Lauren.
I didn't think it was going to be an issue at all, but now that I see the grade over here,
Yeah, I think it's going to be too steep. Why don't we go and talk to Ron, see what he thinks. What's going on? We're hugging it? Oh, yeah. It's looking great.
but
But the change of grade's a little steeper than we thought.
yeah.
So we're wondering about bringing in a cascade riser.
An extra riser, that's going to cost us a few $100.
Are we picking up the cost, or are you giving it to Mary?
Yeah, we're picking up the cost.
All right.
All right.
Yep, we're taking the hit on this piece of stone in the name of client goodwill. If it looks good, we look good.
All right, we'll talk to you later on.
See you in a bit.
See you later on.
Mary's going all out.
When you enter the site, there's an option for boulders or a ledge rock wall. These are the beautiful cascade riser steps for Mary's place.
Boulders cost less.
They cost a lot less. Well, they went for the ledge rock.
Looks awesome.
Huge style difference, too.
The investment is worth it.
Yeah.
When you got boulders, when you got ledge rock
agree.
clients, please go with the ledge rock.
And also the houses.
Classic ledge
Don't do
rock.
it. Otherwise, don't do it. Wait and
boulders.
do it later. Yeah.
Some houses boulders do lend itself, but this house did
Yeah.
not. It's very formal looking, so the ledge rock
agree.
walls are going to look great.
You know, I think Mary's gonna love the ledge rock wall and flagstone walkway.
Ah, I love you.
Yeah, must have been a great lunch. But I hope this noisy ride's been okay with Mary's neighbors.
They have been jackhammering and jackhammering and jackhammering every morning. Everyone is just curious to see what's going on.
A freshly brewed planting plan might warm up the place.
So I thought maybe we would start with trying to address this little terrace that we were creating out here, which is going to be a little sitting terrace, rather than just have low planting here. So I thought it'd be nice to have some height.
I think the grower is actually out of carrot.
So we have to think of a substitute.
Well, they may have chasmanthium, which I love.
chasmanthium.
It's a beautiful one. But that could be really nice because it gets about 3 feet high.
This little entrance area here, where I think it'd be nice to try to cocoon it so it has a bit of a wall feeling with the planting. And they have a picture of a chanticleer pear here, ideal tree that we use a lot.
Perfect.
The boxwoods along the front of the house, which we're keeping.
Boxwood and evergreens that size are really expensive.
It's true, because often when people are doing landscaping or a new job, they think they have to get rid of everything in their front yard or backyard, and there is value to some of the existing stuff. And this is one example of that.
Yeah, no, that worked out really well for this project.
In fact, Mary's boxwood looks so good, we're inspired to use it to line each side of the new and noisy walkway.
Good thing is, my children are difficult to get up in the morning, so now the sawing of the stone is, it's a great sound for them to wake up to. We're at the halfway point right now, and the progress is coming along really, really well. There haven't been any design issues yet. I'm not going to fire Joel anytime soon.
What?
We haven't got the pink slip yet, but even I might be seeing red if we can't figure out how to work with those intrusive trees.
The roots of those maples.
Because 8 out of 10 jobs are maple roots, maple roots, maple roots.
And it goes to show you that, that people should be planting a lot more than just Norway maples.
Aside from his nervous tick, James is all for something new. So,
watch out!
Our mission is to find plants that work with intrusive roots and shade.
Beautiful looking things in here.
Chasmanthium's a pretty good starting point.
Absolutely, and this one I think is a good call because light shade it takes.
I hope it takes some heavy shade.
Some heavy shade.
Now we need ground cover.
Euonymus coloratus.
Oh, nicest ground cover around.
This is a great plant for Mary's because we have a lot of distance to cover.
When you're, trying to cover massive space, something, less expensive, I would choose something like that. The red, too, is spectacular.
Done and done. Now, what's going to give it all interest?
Where are those pears?
Right here.
Here we go, buddy.
Right here. Yeah.
Those are the ones, man.
Those are nice. Those are perfect. Look at this. They hold their leaf on forever. These things are like 12 feet high. This is for Mary's front entrance.
Gorgeous.
It's gonna look great right off the bat. Bag them.
Awesome. We found a stately counterpoint to Mary's shady maples.
Onward.
Onward.
Too bad the ground doesn't agree.
Oh, broke right in half. Ground's a little too hard, a little frozen.
While Mary's front yard keeps trashing our shovels, this place is still coming together. A sure sign of progress is dealing out the plants.
Why don't we lay everything out and then we'll take a look. These vinca, these are great because on almost every job, we just order a couple flats of vinca, then we don't have to use mulch, and it grows in like a ground cover and just sort of fills those little gaps. They're perfect.
We're selling dirt now?
So we're selling dirt now. Would you believe this is a beautiful astilbe perennial that looks absolutely amazing? And actually, it really will look absolutely amazing.
It kind of looks like my garden most of the year.
So these are supposed to be carrots. We couldn't get them, so underneath the maple, it's even still kind of pushing it, but chasmanthium, I've seen them grow and do okay. So we're gonna take a shot with them. And I think it's turned out better because these actually get twice as large, so they're gonna be even that much more dramatic. But right off the bat, that looks amazing to me. And throw in all the black soil, which they're going to put in tomorrow, it's gonna look great. And actually throw in lighting on top of that, this garden's gonna kick ass. Always, clients are blown away at the last 5% of the job when this happens. This is where I start to get quite excited, actually. And then they always love it now. Then we just say, look, if you love it now, you're gonna completely freak out next year, and you're gonna be blown away the year after that. So, it's a pretty rewarding job, because it just gets better and better.
With the pear trees being delivered, we're about to go from 0 to hero. But landscapes aren't all about plants and stone. The outdoors are also about lighting.
You've been doing our lights for years, and It always looks amazing. It's like the icing on the cake. Any thoughts or suggestions?
Well, what I want to do is obviously concentrate on the front center area that you have as you've landscaped it and architecturally put it together.
Yep.
But what I wanted to do was pick up on this maple, highlight its canopy by uplighting it from the ground, shining up, but also put some lights up in the tree so that I could light the pathway as it starts and then continues along to the front door. You can't light everything or else you might as well just have a bunch of floodlights shining on the entire property. So what I wanted to do was, for the most part, downplay this second tree and then therefore keep it dark and then more highlight the front door. So what I was thinking of using was this sort of style fixture.
Yeah, I like that. It seems like it might cast some really nice shadow lines down that beautiful ledge rock wall.
That's what it will do.
I think it adds to the job so much, and I think Mary's just gonna be blown away.
Good, I think so. I hope so.
Enough already with Jack Frost doing a number on our toes. And I'm sure Mary's had it with the mud and muck.
I think we're a little bit overwhelmed. Our front lawn looked like a nursery, so we weren't sure how it was all going to fit together. Just the last couple of days, our neighbors were all saying, what's going on?
Mary, have faith. Hold on, we're almost there.
I love bulbs.
Oh, me too. It certainly blows my mind when I see bulbs up.
Yeah, it's a harbinger of better weather to come.
Even the critters are covered.
Berry chickenware under the soil.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's really well.
It's that or spicing things up a touch.
A lot of gardeners will put chili pepper in the hole, and yeah, the squirrels get quite a shock.
And now, Old Man Winters got us by the bulbs. Now that the weather's come around, we're kicking it back into overdrive. We call it the last-minute scramble. The challenge of designing a late fall project that branches into spring is that the client wants to make doubly sure all the bases are covered.
Wow.
What a difference.
It looks great.
You should see what this place looked like before.
This project was actually really exciting for us. It's a significant landscape and it's unique. It's taken a site that's lawn and 2 trees and added so much more interest.
I love it, absolutely love it. Joel has taken it beyond our expectations.
It's amazing that these mature maples are here too, you know. Shallow roots I know is one thing, but you've done such a great job masking that. I think it's...
Well, that was it. They were a real difficulty to work with because of their root systems.
You know what's really interesting about this is just breaking up this space with this little gravel area. It made such a huge difference.
Yeah. It's a nice, inexpensive method. And you know what? The stone, they had the option to do whatever stone to match the existing front walkway, so it ties it all in. This plant material and the interaction with the walkway, that beautiful wall in the front entrance has been accentuated.
And because of the little patio, and it just makes it a very warm and welcoming environment.
It really brought this corner together, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, and I love the lines. They go this way, and it tied a big corner lot with 2 beautiful big maples together. As these shrubs get bigger and the perennials come back more and more beautiful every year, the neighborhood's going to freak out for this garden.
Our neighbors have been actually very kind to us and have really forgiven us for the chaos that we brought to.
We're really happy to see this sort of thing happening. And every time somebody does something like this, there's a big improvement in the neighborhood, and we all win.
What I love about it too is the fact that you're actually stopping people from cutting across, like the mailmen, the school children. You've got some good stoppage in between here, good buffer zone.
A client has certain requirements and certain problems they want solved. The team came up with a great design. These rows work perfect to slow people down.
I think we're no longer going to have a problem of people cutting across the property.
It's so visual from everywhere around here that, like, now it's like people walk the neighborhood going, wow, this really brought the whole neighborhood up a little bit.
This is like the dominant house.
The front yard has changed incredibly from very much a suburban type property to something that's more interesting. It's great. The lighting in itself has added a different component to the property.
The beauty of that is when it is downlit, you can, walking in through the entranceway, you've got that cast, the shadow cast of the branches and make it really dramatic.
And the grade here, you're just, it seems like you're probably about 30 inches or so higher than the sidewalk, but it makes it feel like you're way up on top of this kind of hill.
It's really made the house feel grand.
What more could you do to the property? It's absolutely beautiful.
I mean, this staircase is so fantastic, guys. I just feel like king of the suburbs, man. Like
King of the suburbs, man. I love it. King of the suburbs, man. Woo!
Easy! Woo! Gonna kill us! Oh God, you gotta hit him. Oh, he's like that.